Following the recent need to bolster the education sector, the federal government has called on tertiary institutions to collaborate with private sectors, donor entities, and well-meaning Nigerians for support to the education sector. The Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, represented by the Minister of State for Petroleum, Timothy Silva, made this call at the Federal University of Petroleum Roundtable discussion on the development of the universities in Nigeria. Timothy said there was need to consider additional funding stream for the collective good and advancement of the education sector, as the budgetary allocation from the federal government cannot meet the funding requirement. He therefore called on well-meaning Nigerians and industries to support the education sector, also charged public tertiary institutions to emulate the trend laid by Federal University of Petroleum Resources.
But what I will say is that need accentuates the need now for collaboration between academia and industry, especially in our oil industry, which is today mature. We have been producing crude oil since the late 1950s. So we can safely call our territory a mature territory.
Minister of State for Education Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, represented by Paul Odili, commended the institution for initiating direct response to relieve the federal government of the overburdened load of exclusive funding of public universities. He charged all public education to emulate the Federal University of Petroleum Resources in calling for support to improve educational system in the country, which is the light of contemporary reality.
Specialized university offers the most competitive platform where globally rated researchers combine practical industry experience for cutting-edge teaching and research purposes. A conference of this nature, therefore, focuses on university endowment is a welcome development at this critical time in our national history. It is time for both national and international donors, as well as multilateral corporations, to play a pivotal role by supporting domestic public spending in education.
While delivering his address, the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, Engineer Akpofure, mentioned that in order to achieve the university's vision, there is an urgent need to build partnership with reputable public-spirited individuals, corporate bodies, national and multinational organizations, widen sources of funding for education, and encourage corporate sector investment as well as voluntary support to fund qualitative education in the country.
We must tell ourselves the truth. There's no way government alone can do it. There's no way missionaries, if they establish school alone, can do it. So it's going to be a very serious synergistic thing for us to move forward. And it's still the practice abroad. In America, when we copy Bachelor of Civilization and everything, people take loan to go to university. And they come out to pay. My sister's children are on loan and they're going to pay. In fact, their parents paid for them for...
iMedia News.